Hey, I'm Andy Chanley from 88.5 FM, and we are doing another one of those here at home teleconference interviews, this time with our friend Tre Burt joining us. How are you, Tre?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Pretty good. I'm surviving, just barely.
That's, that's right. That's enough these days.
Yeah, amazing what you'll settle for these days, huh?
Right, lower our expectations. So the song "Real You" is the one that you've really gotten to know Trey for the past year now. We've been playing that on 88.5. It feels like, and the debut album that's out now, "Caught It From the Rye," and he has a new single out for these last few weeks called "Under the Devil's Knee," and we're going to talk about that in just a second. We just talked to you, I believe Mookie talked to you
That's right.
a couple of months ago at the beginning of the summer, but we've got a new reason to get in your business, and that's because you're going to be doing one of these jam in the van things.
Right.
This is going to be somebody just sent me the information on this. It's a jam in the van speakeasy session. It's a live, socially distanced outdoor concert. Every in-person VIP ticket comes with a cooler that has complimentary non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages and goodie bags. So you're entertained with that stuff, and you're entertained with what happens on the stage with Trey. But it's coming up on Friday, November the 20th. That's not far away here, and it's a 7:15 show. You can either purchase the live in-person tickets, and there are only like 20 of them, or if you're from out of town, you're Sacramento, you're around the world, you can do a live stream ticket as well. So go. All the details are at 885fm.org if you're interested in doing that, or look up Jam in the Van. So that's all the business out of the way. This is my first time talking to you, Trey, so forgive the basic questions, but going back to the beginning, you're a Californian, right? You grew up in Sacramento?
Correct. Correct. I grew up mainly in Sacramento. My parents had joint custody over me. My dad lived in the Bay Area, so every other weekend I'd hop on a little train and go to Oakland and come back to Sacramento to go to school.
And then you moved around a little bit, right?
Oh,
After school.
yeah, a bunch. I did 1 year of college at SF State, which is, I'd consider that one of the most rewarding years of my life, in that it told me that I wanted to pursue other things, be a musician. So I did that. I went off and, I wouldn't really go to class too much. I'd play in the BART stations. That was more like school to me. That's the shit I was interested in.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of, like Steve Jobs, who never went to college, but he'd just go in and audit classes, like he studied a calligraphy class because that interested in him. And then, you start doing desktop publishing with the Macintosh later, all of that stuff comes into play. It's good to follow your muse and follow your gut on things like that.
A little bit of free falling.
Exactly.
A lot of it.
So then just a couple years ago, a year or two ago, John Prine, the late, great John Prine, one of my idols. He reaches out and does something he hadn't done very much. He puts you on the Oh Boy label. He wants you to be on his record label. Tell me how that came about.
That's kind of one of them fairy tale stories, in conjunction with the power of the internet. His son, Jody Whalen, who runs Oh Boy Records, heard my music and showed it to John, and it just kind of went from there. It was all too surreal. Still is, honestly. I still don't get it. I got imposter syndrome. But John's always been one of my biggest heroes, and to be under his cape means the world. Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to spend any time with him?
I met him once. Yeah, he came to. I did a show in Nashville, and him and Fiona surprised me and showed up front and center. Right, I'd never been so nervous in my life. I could touch him, from where I was playing, and he was kind of giving me heck the whole time, heckling me, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody appreciates just the kind of person he was. My sister told me a story after he passed. She said, I didn't really know John Prine that well. I knew his name, but I didn't know his music very well. And I saw him on this PBS special. And I was so taken by his music that I thought, I'm going to write him an email. And I wrote him an email saying how much I enjoyed it. And then the next day, I had an email back from John Prine saying, thank you so much for your interest in that. It's great to meet you. It's like, this is a guy that doesn't just sleepwalk through it. He
No.
cares. He cares about the people that he encounters.
Right. He's a man of the people. I think that's folk music for you, though. They're just folk.
Yeah. This pandemic, it's kind of it's been cruel for everybody. It's been inconvenient for all of us. But my heart went out specifically. I think I said this on the air, how much it sucked for you to go through all of this journey, finally be tapped on the shoulder by John Prine, put out this great debut album, start making inroads with it, and then boom, you can't go out and tour, you can't do anything with it. Tell me about the disappointment of that, how you've dealt with it.
Still stings. I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with that sort of kind of this roller coaster ride, and kind of just goes off of the tracks at a point, and you're just kind of free falling into the amusement park, so to speak. But it gave me a perspective again on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, which essentially is just writing songs and playing music. I guess that's all you really need at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's its own reward.
Sure. I can't tell you enough how badly I want to get on a stage and release some demons.
Well, it's gonna happen. We're gonna get you here.
That's right.
Jam in the van. So looking forward to that happening for everybody that's involved with it. I want to talk about this song, Under the Devil's Knee. And I kind of see what John Prine saw in you, and maybe this is just my construct, but you do kind of something that he did, and that is you can make a meaningful statement that's wrapped in a harmless package. I think of songs like The Great Compromise, where he goes off, literally goes off at the drive-in movie, and when he comes back, his girlfriend had jumped in another car. That's the surface. But the deeper meaning, you imagine, is about the Vietnam War and the country that he loved is stepping out on him. But it's put in this package that's so accessible that you don't mind the medicine. This song, Under the Devil's Knee, it isn't metaphorical at all. It's 100% literal. It's about the death of George Floyd and Eric Garner and Breonna Taylor and other people of color who met their end at the hand of police. But you put it in this almost bluegrass gospel, almost light encasement that makes it such an easy thing to listen to.
Thanks. Thank you. When I started writing that song, I had no idea what the music part of it was going to sound like. But you're right in that I did know that if I wanted to tell this story and I wanted people to actually listen to it, it'd have to sound friendly. The music part of it, at least, carry sort of disguise with it. Yeah. It's
interesting too. The other side of that, real you, the guitar that you're playing, it's just you on acoustic guitar, pretty much the crux of it, and there's a little bit of distortion on it. There aren't many people that play the acoustic guitar to the point of distortion. That's a conscious choice, I know. But it's an interesting way to put a different wang on something that might ordinarily, be taken just straight at face value.
Yeah, that's just a lot of compression and smashing it through an Ampex tape player and turning it all the way up. I wanted that thing to slap.
It does slap. Tell me about your first guitar.
First guitar was one of them kind of tourist guitars you get in Mexico. You know, it's $10 made out of
nylon string.
Yeah, it was a, I guess you could call it that. I'm not even sure if that was proper nylon. That was my brother's guitar, and he gave it to me after I broke it. I stepped on it. I didn't know how to play guitar at that point. I went into his room while he was at work. I must have been 13 years old, looking for a PlayStation game, and I stepped on his guitar, and I felt so bad. That was his pride and joy, and like a good big brother, he forgave me and taught me how to play it, essentially. And so I played this broken guitar for this nameless guitar for about a year or two, and worked my way up, I guess.
Wow, there was no beating involved?
There's no what?
There was no beating involved for stepping on the guitar?
No, yeah, we got a lot of fights too. I'm surprised that wasn't one of them.
I like asking this question too of people that I interview, because I think it's kind of a window into the soul a little bit. It's pretty clear, and you said it earlier, that you went to school for something and explored other avenues, but you realized there that music was what you wanted to do with your life. What do you think you would be doing if music didn't exist?
Wow. I'd probably still be working at the airport.
Oh, what did you do at the airport?
Well, at the time I would herald the planes in those.
You had those pointy orange things that.
Yeah, right. And I'd load the bags off and tow the planes and park them when they were done with their flights. They had good benefits though. I'll say that you could have standby tickets and hop on a flight and on your days off. I think I'd probably still do that. I enjoyed it.
This is at SFO?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That was an interesting place to be, and probably a lot of fumes down there on the tarmac.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of fumes.
Well, it's been great to chat with you for a few minutes. I'm a fan of your music already. Can't wait to hear what the new year brings. Is there another album that's not far away?
Not too far away, hopefully. I'm going to start recording it maybe next month.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
And where are you? Obviously, I'm talking to you in your car right now. Where are you? Where's home base now? Is it Sacramento or?
Yeah, Midtown Sacramento. I'm getting a coffee right now, so while I'm in my car.
Nice. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Helping a local business.
Inside Coffee on S and 8th.
Well, all the best to you, and gosh, I hope that the next time we do one of these things, it can be an in-person thing. Have you in the studio and have you perform in person. I'm optimistic about that. But this is something that everybody should take advantage of. If you're in Los Angeles, you're in the Southern California area, Jam in the Van, get your ticket quickly. You got to be one of the first 20 to get the VIP ticket to do it in person and socially distanced. And then you can also watch it. As many people as you want can get online and watch the live stream of it. Jam in the Van, all the details at 885fm.org. Tré Burt, all the best to you, and happy holidays, and looking forward to seeing you at the show and in the new year.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate you.
All right, take care.
88.5 FM, KCSN, and KCSN HD1 Northridge, Los Angeles. KSBR and KSBR HD1 Mission Viejo. A service of California State University Northridge and Saddleback College. Member-supported public radio. Streaming on the web at 885fm.org.